Today I wanted to share a simple coconut pumpkin cake recipe. For the ingredients we need about 250 grams of Hokkaido pumpkin, 300 grams of plain flour, 120 grams of sugar, 150 grams of unsalted butter, 100 grams of grated coconut, 50 milliliters of coconut milk, a bit more would be good, 3 eggs, 1 pack of baking powder or about 15 grams, and a pinch of salt. First, we got to take care of the pumpkin. Cut the pumpkin in half. Chop off the top and the bottom, and then remove the rind. For me, the best way to do it is by slicing down the sides of the pumpkin with an angle, but I think using a peeler could work too. Just depends on the surface and the thickness of the rind. Once we removed all of the rind, we can remove the seeds. For that I use an ice cream spoon, which is just a way more sturdy spoon. I accidentally once broke a spoon doing this. After that we can proceed with shredding the pumpkin. You could also use a blender if you like your cake to be a bit more homogeneous. But just so you know, there were no strands in the cake after baking. Once we shredded the pumpkin, we can turn on the oven to preheat it. We proceed by adding the sugar to a bowl, the pinch of salt, and 3 eggs. Mix them all together until it gets bubbly. We now go to melt the butter. I use a microwave for it. I cut the butter into small pieces and then spread them in a small bowl. This will help in reducing the chances of the butter popping. Cover the small bowl with a plate in case the butter pops, so you don't have to clean the whole microwave. About 40 to 60 seconds at a time. I had to do it twice for about 40 seconds. Now, add the grated coconut, the coconut milk and the shredded pumpkin to the egg and sugar mixture and mix it well. After that, we can add most of the melted butter and mix it again. Use the remaining butter to cover the baking tin. After adding the butter, we got to add the final 2 ingredients, the baking powder and the flour. Pour both into the bowl and start to slowly mix it. After the flour is spread, we can use the hand mixer again, without spreading the flour all over the place. Once everything is mixed, we got to make sure that the mixture is not too thick. If you think it is, then you can add some more coconut milk or water to thin it a bit. But be careful, it should not be runny. Now, the last thing we need to do is to transfer the mixture into the baking tin. Once it is added, I like to push it down a bit and remove most of the air inside. Now put it into the oven and bake it for at least 45 minutes at around 175 degrees Celsius. And after 45 minutes, we are done. You can check if the cake is done by piercing it with a wooden skewer and see if there are any remains stuck on it after pulling it out again. If there are, put the cake back into the oven and give it a bit more time. And if it's done, enjoy your coconut pumpkin cake. While the coconut pumpkin cake is still baking in the oven, we can use the time to clean up the mess we made. So the next person to enter the kitchen does not have to worry about it. And this is where I'll admit that I do not like to bake. Often it requires such a large amount of dishes and utensils. But if your significant other feels down, you can brighten their mood with a nice and easy coconut pumpkin cake. Hey, maybe you've watched one or two of my other cooking videos and you've probably noticed that I've changed my microphone settings. I hope this is an improvement, and yeah, if you liked the video, consider leaving a like, it means a lot to me. And have a nice day, bye.